Acromag's new 630T series of 4 to 20 milliamp isolators includes single, dual, and splitter models. Each isolator is factory calibrated and are not load dependent, so no adjustments are required during installation. However, if precision adjustments are necessary, zero and span controls are available. These isolators are connected directly to a power source and are not loop powered. This allows a wide range of power sources, including commonly used 24 volts DC, 120 volts AC, 220 volts AC, and 125 volts DC. The low-cost 630T series has many high-value special features. The output tracks the input with an accuracy of plus or minus 0.05% of span. For precision calibration, zero and span controls have 4% adjustment capability. The module is four-way isolated between the input, output, excitation, and power. Operating temperature is a wide minus 25 degrees C to plus 75 degrees C. These modules are extremely reliable and are CE approved, UL and CUL listed for Class 1, Division 2, Groups A, B, C, and D hazardous locations. Finally, the galvanic isolation eliminates ground loops, reduces noise problems, and blocks transients from passing through to the output loop. Designed into the 630T isolators are excitation supplies for two-wire transmitters, one supply for the 631T and 633T, and two supplies for the 632T. The excitation is 24 volts DC up to 22 milliamps maximum. These isolators are not loop powered, allowing a very low input burden with a very high sourcing output. With a 75 ohm input impedance, the input voltage drop will only be 1.5 volts at a full scale of 20 milliamps. The 631T output can power up to a 1000 ohm load, and the 632 and 633T outputs can power up to 950 ohm loads. For safety, the outputs are protected against short circuits and provide current limiting at 27 milliamps. Here are four wiring diagrams showing various options for the connections to the 631T and 632T. With two-wire transmitters, the built-in excitation supply or an external power source can be used. Using the excitation, connect it to the plus lead on the transmitter. The minus lead from the transmitter connects to the plus IN terminal. Then attach a jumper from the minus IN terminal to the RTN terminal. If you are using an external power source, connect it to the plus lead on the transmitter. Connect the minus lead from the transmitter to the plus IN terminal. Then connect the minus IN terminal back to the minus on the external power supply. No jumper is required to the RTN terminal. Finally, maintain proper polarity for the sourcing output circuit. Here is an illustration of the wiring diagram for the 633T splitter. There are two separate 4 to 20 milliamp circuits inside the module. The two inputs for these circuits are tied together, providing one signal input connection. With this configuration, the input impedance is now 150 ohms, so the input voltage drop will be 3 volts at a full scale of 20 milliamps. The two output signals are fully independent and isolated from each other. If one output has a fault condition, an open circuit or a short circuit, the other output is not affected.